Valpo team?
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously two very good teams coming in. Valpo is as offensively gifted as, I mean, they're averaging, I looked at their stats today. I mean, they're shooting like 48% from the floor, like 40% from the three, 75 from the foul line. They're averaging like 78, 79 points a game. Different, but still good, heavily senior-oriented. They got 5 seniors. Three of those guys are one-year guys that transferred in as one-year transfer guys. Joe really big in the post. I mean, they have 2 7-footers in the post that anchor their inside game. Very like I said, very good offensively. They've won a couple games in a row in the league and had a good win against Milwaukee. I have a lot of respect for them in terms of their offensive skills. I mean, the Doherty kid's averaging, I don't know, almost like 20. He's in that 20 points a game kind of area. This is a good basketball team.
What do you think of that trend? Because you see it more now with one-year transfer.
Yeah, I kind of like to get it. I'd like to get a little taste of that, but it's they've had a lot of transfers over the years. Frankly, I don't know how they're doing it, but they got 2 kids that come in with both of them with 1 year left in terms of their 2 big kids, and had the kid from I think it's St. Louis come in as a kind of like a 3-2 guy that's played second semester. That's really helped him. He's only played in the last 8 games, but he's a really good player.
Has Bryce changed anything with these?
No, they're pretty much running the same stuff, the same zone stuff. Mostly the most man stuff. They're running a little bit more motion than they have in the past. They're running a little bit more zone than they have in the past, but they've pretty much stayed true to form in terms of their scheme stuff.
Can you expand a little bit more on Doherty and what he's gonna?
He's got the full package. I mean, they're probably a little bit better than they were last year in terms of being able to go off the dribble. Their freshman point guard, I don't think he's, as tough as the kid that they had last year, who I thought kind of spearheaded their whole defensive scheme. But he's a lot more gifted offensively. He can shoot the ball. He had I think 22 or something, 20 or 22 against Detroit. He's a really they're young back there, but they've got 2 kids that can play. And they've got good skilled kids. And then their freshman 4, who was their leading scorer going into league play, averaging like 15, 6'8" kid. He's a lot like Cam, kind of a more perimeter guy than an inside guy. Can definitely put a number on you. And then obviously you turn around and have, 24-hour, turnaround, and then have to play right, which I think is, I'll give you a little, my gripe about the league stuff is, they play on Tuesday. They play Tuesday night, and then they don't play again until Saturday. And at some point, I think our league's got to get this right. And they have to get it right where if you're playing a team on a Thursday, then they need to play on a Thursday. Or if there are no travel partners anymore, then everybody should be playing on a Wednesday, and then everybody play on a Saturday. To me, there's a competitive disadvantage to play Thursday and then turn around and have to play Saturday while one team plays on Tuesday and has 3 or 4 days to prepare. At some point, you'd like to think, that we can kind of get this thing right in terms of conference stuff. So.
Is that something you communicated to the office?
No comment.
Jerry, 5 games into the league, I mean, Green Bay's obviously up there, and 3 or 4 teams have 2 losses. Are you surprised kind of the way the league is right now?
No, the thing about Green Bay was that, they've had a chance. They've had a couple of chances to lose. I mean, Milwaukee had an opportunity to beat them. I watched the score, the ticket line yesterday. UIC led pretty much the whole game except for the last 4 minutes. So UIC had a chance to beat them. With those wins, and their win at Wright, I was kind of hoping that, maybe in one of those 3 games that somebody might have tripped them up, and then I think it's, kind of an open deal. But, with them winning those close games, there's going to be some really, really, really tough fight for that second seed, I think. Because obviously the 1 and 2 get buys. The 1, 2, and 3 get buys in first rounds. The 1 and 2 get buys all the way to the semifinals. So I think it could, it's going to be a war, for that 2 seed.
You're leading the league in team scoring, averaging close to 80 points. Not surprised, but you pleased with that?
I guess. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't sit around and say, hey, to be honest with you, Dana, that's news to me. I don't even look at that kind of stuff. So, I like the way we share the ball lately, and like I said, we've had 2 games this year now where, 1 game against, I think it was Robert Morris. We had 22 assists and 3 turnovers, and then the other night we had 20 assists on 24 baskets. That to me says everything about offense in terms of the fact that we're sharing the ball and the guys are unselfish.